They promised beauty, style, confidence, and we believed every word. If you were a teen in the 70s, chances are you tried at least one. But some of these miracle products didn't just disappoint. They fried our hair, bruised our feet, and left behind stories we still laugh and cringe about today. Let's revisit the wreckage. Number 1. Prell Shampoo. It looked like green jello and smelled like fake fruit, but every house had it. Prell promised body and shine, but gave us straw. One rinse and your hair squeaked like rubber. Girls remember the crunch. Boys remember their sisters' static shocks. We all kept using it because Mom swore it worked. But Prell didn't clean, it stripped. It left your scalp dry, your hair flat, and your pride a little bruised. You didn't wash with it, you survived it. And just when we thought our hair couldn't get worse, someone handed us a spray bottle and said, "Want summer highlights?"
Sun-In presents the highlights of summer.
Number 2. Sun-In. It promised sun-kissed highlights, just spray, sit outside and glow. But if your hair wasn't blonde, you turned orange, or worse, patchy rust. We sat in lawn chairs with foil in our hair, chasing California dreams. What we got was laughter in homeroom. The smell? Like lemon pledge. The feel? Crunchy straw. But everyone tried it because the ad said natural. Moms bought it. Drugstores sold out. We believed the bottle more than our instincts. And just when we thought our hair couldn't get worse, someone handed us wooden sandals that clacked like hooves and punished us for trying to look cute. Number 3. Dr. Scholl's Sandals. They looked chic in 17, wood soles, leather straps, that signature clack. But one bad step, and your ankle got smacked like a hammer. They slipped off mid-stride. You needed clamp toes to keep them on. Mom said they were healthy, so we wore them quietly. Blisters, splinters, worth it for the look. Hallways echoed with pride and pain. We limped through fashion like it was normal, because in the 70s, pain meant style. And the worst wasn't on our feet, it came next, with a haircut that promised Olympic glam, and left most of us looking like confused mushrooms. Number 4. Dorothy Hamill Cut. She won gold, spun like a dream, and made the wedge haircut iconic. Every girl walked into the salon asking for the Dorothy, but unless you had her cheekbones and a team of stylists, it rarely worked. The flip had to go under, but often went sideways. Hair puffed, mushroomed, or worse, just froze in place. It needed constant blow-drying, trimming, and prayer. Moms insisted it looked neat. Meanwhile, school photos tell a different story. We weren't Olympic champions. We were experiments in geometry. And just when our hair started growing back, someone handed us a bottle that turned us orange overnight. Number 5. QT Quick Tanner. It promised a golden tan. No sun, no damage, just glow. But QT left us orange, sticky, and smelling like maple syrup gone wrong. You'd rub it on at night, hoping to wake up looking beach-ready. Instead, you looked blotchy, streaked, and kind of radioactive. It clung to elbows, stained sheets, and wouldn't wash off for days. Still, we trusted the label. Natural tan? Not even close. But in the 70s, if it came in a bottle, we believed it. And just when we gave up on looking better, someone handed us candy that claimed it could make us thinner. Number 6. AYDS Diet Candy. It looked elegant. Gold-trimmed box, chocolate squares, scientific promise. Just eat one with hot water and your appetite would vanish. But the taste? Like stale Tootsie Rolls soaked in perfume. And results? Minimal at best. Still, we believed. Moms swore by it. Teens hid it in purses, pretending it worked. AYDS felt modern, even classy, until the name took on a tragic meaning. We didn't lose weight, but we did lose trust. And just when we gave up on looking thinner, another solution came along. It didn't fight our appetite, just made us suffer while we tried to sleep pretty. Number 7. Brush Rollers. We wore them to bed hoping for Farrah Fawcett waves by morning. Instead, we got headaches, scalp dents, and maybe one uneven curl. Brush rollers weren't soft. They were spiked cylinders of pain held in place with stabby metal clips. Add a plastic bonnet, and you looked like a cross between grandma and a pincushion. But beauty was pain, right? We'd wake up sore and disappointed, but still do it again the next night. Because looking good at school mattered, and just when we escaped the rollers, we stepped barefoot onto a thick, shaggy trap hiding in the living room. Number 8. Shag Carpets. They looked groovy, deep, soft, and came in colors like avocado and burnt orange. But shag carpeting was a trap. Marbles disappeared, jewelry vanished, remote controls went missing for months. And vacuuming? Forget it. You'd clog the thing every Saturday. Worse, the carpet held every smell. Popcorn, smoke, socks. It was like living on a giant sponge. But we loved walking barefoot across it. It felt luxurious, until you stepped on a Lego. Still, shag was everywhere. And when we weren't losing stuff in the rug, we were getting tricked by products that looked fun and fought back, literally. Number 9. Sea monkeys. The ads showed smiling families, tiny underwater people waving from castles. We begged our parents. We poured in the powder. We waited. And nothing. Sea monkeys weren't monkeys, and they didn't live in a kingdom. They were brine shrimp, barely visible, swimming aimlessly in cloudy water. No games, no fun, just disappointment in a plastic tank. But we stared anyway, hoping for magic. Because the ads had looked so real. It was our first lesson in false advertising, and probably not our last. Next came polyester suits that looked sharp in pictures and felt like slow cookers on the dance floor. Number 10. Polyester leisure suits. They looked sharp in catalog photos, shiny, sleek, matched from collar to cuffs. But wear one to a party and you'd sweat through it before dessert. Made of 100% polyester, these suits trapped heat like Tupperware. They didn't breathe, they didn't move, and neither could you. Powder blue, burnt orange, lime green, they reflected light like disco balls and clung like plastic wrap. Still, we wore them. Because looking cool meant feeling hot, literally. And just when we thought our bodies couldn't suffer more for fashion, we bought rings that claimed to read our emotions, and we actually believed them. Number 11. Mood rings. They promised to reveal your feelings. Just wear the ring and watch the magic. Blue meant calm. Black meant angry. But in reality, it mostly meant cold fingers. The colors shifted with temperature, not mood, but we didn't care. We checked them constantly, like they held secrets. Some kids wore two just to double the drama. Deep down, we knew they didn't work. But it felt good to think they might, and believing was half the fun. Then came a toy that didn't pretend to read you. It just hit you, hard, on the knuckles, over and over again. Number 12. Clackers. They looked harmless. 2 acrylic balls on a string. But once you got them going, they became weapons. Clack, clack. The goal was to swing them up and down until they smacked in perfect rhythm. But one wrong move, they'd shatter or smack your knuckles hard enough to make you cry. Parents hated them. Teachers banned them. Hospitals got visits. Yet we loved the noise, the danger, the bragging rights. Every playground had a clacker king. And just when the bruises faded, we were promised a miracle in a bottle that could fix our sunburn in seconds. Number 13. Solarcaine Spray. After a long day frying under the sun, with no sunscreen of course, someone would grab the Solarcaine, one spray, and it felt like heaven for about 5 seconds. Then came the sting, the sticky film, the weird cold that never quite reached the burn. It promised relief, but left you pink, wet, and smelling like medicine cabinet. Still, we believed in it, because back then, anything in an aerosol can felt like science. And whether it worked or not, we kept spraying, hoping for magic, just like we did with every other product on this list. We believed in magic, in rings that read emotions, shampoos that saved hair, and sprays that soothed every burn. Maybe they didn't always work, but they made us feel hopeful. And that's something. What 70s product fooled you the most? Tell us below, because the best stories always start with, "Remember when?"